From NBC News, this is Today.
I'm sorry. So sorry.
We are back with today's relationships and why it's so hard to say, I'm sorry.
From Congressman Joe Wilson's outburst at the president's address to Kanye West's behavior at the MTV Video Music Awards, there has been a whole lot of apologizing going on lately. But why is it so difficult to admit our mistakes? Our online correspondent Sarah Haynes hit the streets, as always, to find out.
Do you guys have a hard time saying I'm sorry?
When I'm wrong, but if I'm not, yes.
We were roommates before she got married, and I definitely did some bad roommate things that I was very sorry for. But yeah, it was really hard to tell her that I was sorry.
Who's the hardest person in your life to say I'm sorry to?
Maybe your mate.
There are trends, like, why didn't you do the dishes? Or why did you throw your shirt on the floor? Or...
Like, do you need more?
The reason I don't think it's that difficult for a man to say sorry is that, at least a person who's been married 40 years, as I have, is that you learn very soon to say you're sorry whether you're wrong or not.
Well, that's worked for you then.
It worked very well.
Here is some advice from Lauren Bloom, the author of The Art of the Apology and psychotherapist to the stars.
Yes.
Robbie Ludwig.
Good.
Welcome, ladies.
Hi. Why is it so hard for us to say that we're sorry to people we care about, especially?
Well, there's so much in any personal relationship, and there's history, there's a lot invested, and if an apology fails, there's a lot of risk at stake.
That's true, too.
You make yourself vulnerable. There's pride. Some people see saying you're sorry in very black and white terms. So if I say I'm sorry, that makes you right, me wrong. You're the winner, I'm the loser.
But you say there's a right way to apologize, and you feel that the congressman has not apologized properly yet.
Well, sincerity is essential, and I think from everything Congressman Wilson has said, he doesn't mean it. You know, I think he recognizes that the outburst was unfortunate, and so there's a political spin reason to say it.
But Hoda brought up a good point earlier today. She said most of the people sitting there had already read the president's speech. They knew what he was going to say. So to then say it's an
outburst seems sort of weird.
How
some doubt on that.
can you be? Exactly.
And even Kanye.
And I think a lot of it's the timing of the apology, isn't it? Because if you do something terrible and you say right then there, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, that's one thing.
You don't want an apology to be manipulative. You really need to be self-aware and say, you know what, I understand where I'm flawed and what I did to cause somebody else pain. And I'm going to do better.
But we don't care about other people's pain anymore. Culturally, we, the most successful of all of our funny people, are funny at the expense of other people's feelings.
Their job. That's their job.
You know, but it's different. It has changed through the years. And somebody was saying, I think it was in USA Today that because of the internet, it's so easy to be rude with distance, privately, and with anonymity, that it sort of is seeping into our everyday relationships as well.
Well, there's a lot of aggression, you know, and it can seep out and hurt other people. So if you're in denial and say, you know, I really didn't hurt anybody, and if I pretend it didn't happen, it's like it really didn't happen.
I think some people they say, I'm sorry if I made you feel bad.
Oh, I always say
that.
But you never use the I word.
Tell us.
You have to say I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, but never use the I word. Never say if.
Okay.
Because the essence of a good apology is sincerity. You have to say I'm sorry, not
we're actors and actresses. You know you're an actress.
But the minute you say if, you've given up responsibility for what you did. You know you hurt them, or you wouldn't be apologizing in the first place.
I wasn't aware that I hurt you.
You know, sometimes you're not.
And sometimes you're really not, because the intention is not always to cause pain.
Right.
No, sometimes there are spontaneous outbursts. I don't think one happened on the floor of the Congress, but sometimes there are spontaneous
outbursts. Kanye West? Some people say he wanted the attention, so he was planning ahead of time. The one question I wish that Jay had asked him was, were you under the influence? There are pictures of him with a bottle of Hennessy cognac.
I mean, that would just be an excuse.
It would be, but it would make it more understandable. Maybe it's not excusable, but understandable.
Well, and that's the thing. Making excuses is deadly when you make an apology. Explaining what happened, not so much. But it's a very fine line, and you have to be careful how you walk it.
I think he feels sorry, Kanye, but I don't think he's aware of why he did what he did yet.
Robbie and Lauren, thank you both so much. We appreciate it. All right, coming up, actress Allison Sweeney is with us from The Biggest Loser after this.